here is my impression of Dallas Mavericks local radio after last night's game. Welcome back, everybody. It's me, Billy. I'm quite disappointed. I was all fired up. Came home, my lady was sitting there. She had a shower. She just got out of the bath. She was still moist. And she went into the kitchen. She was looking good, and she had a little short skirt on, and the little chicken was cooking inside of the stove, and the oven was cooking. I was going to sit down and watch the Dallas Mavericks game. And them dinosaurs came into town. I can't even pronounce half their names, and OG Anonymity and was this and that, and I can't even say half their names. Anyways, like I said, I was fired up. Just got back from Trump rally, and I just really wanted to watch this basketball game. Next thing you know, I don't know what it was, but I think they had OG Anonymity had gave some of that purple drink to Luka. Luka Magic wasn't even there. He was just so slow, and it was like he died on the court. And I'm just so disappointed. I went and I read my Bible for 2 hours, and I just read my Bible for 2 hours and shed a tear for Dallas Mavericks. And that's it for today. Well, welcome back to the Sports Ethos Toronto Raptor podcast. Yeah. And I'm your host, El Hoopo, ELHOOPO. And of course, we got A.Rod, A-R-O-D, and Mr. Max P. Better pay me. It ain't my fault. And here we go. That purple drink. What's up, boys?
Not much.
Max?
Yes, sir. We didn't even do that on purpose.
What's
you got
up,
a red on. I got a red on. You got a red on. You got the Jordan.
Yeah, it felt like a bright kind of day,
That's it. Well, boys, what a game last night, huh?
What a
game. Mm-hmm.
Pascal's
Raptors.
Revenge.
Let me set the stage, and then we'll go off on our takes. So Raptors went into Dallas. They were in Dallas still after the San Antonio game, and they rolled into J Kidd's bar, and they came out with a 127-116 win in Dallas. And let's just jump right into it. It was definitely a vintage Pascal game, but I'll hold my takes for third, and we'll start with you, Max P. What did you see in this? This was a grimy win, I must say, and it was a nice win. So what did you see, and what would you come out feeling like?
I seen Pascal be aggressive from the top. I seen OG continue that pattern of being the unvocal leader, the leader without being vocal, like that kind of leader. I'm starting to be impressed with the coach.
Yeah,
he did the two back-to-back challenges.
Oh, yeah, and won both.
Yeah, slapped the refs, gave the refs a double tap.
Yeah,
I don't know if you guys ever.
What was that ref's name? But we were shitting on him last season. It was the same ref we were shitting on last year.
I got beef with a whole bunch of refs.
He looked so upset when he had to come back and tell the whole stadium that I was wrong again. But
I like
continue. Sorry.
Because as a Raptors fan, we all know the refs do not treat us fair at all. We are the stepchild. With a redheaded stepchild, no disrespect,
whoa.
No disrespect,
whoa.
You know what I'm saying, of the league. Mm-hmm. And so that double challenge win was like a get off our back, right? I like that. The coach understands what you have to be to win as a Raptors coach. You see what I'm saying? So
I agree with you fully.
Yeah.
He definitely looked good after those two calls. What would you think, A-Rod? What would you see? What'd you enjoy?
He's definitely not Nick Nurse, man. He doesn't crouch on the sidelines and look up and ask Allah for help, man. That's basically Nick Nurse's tactic, man.
It's true.
Oh man! But you know what? They held Grant Williams to 2 of 6 from 3. I was pretty impressed with that because Grant Williams has been on fire, shooting a whole bunch of wide open threes.
And nice. he looks in pretty good shape too.
Yeah, he was doing well. They basically limited Luka. You're not gonna ever hold him down, but they did what they had to do with him, which was nice to see. And you know what? Even though Scotty Barnes didn't have his best offensive performance, the guy still dictates everything that we do, man. Everything runs through him.
I agree fully. What did he end with? 14, 14, and 7, and
Yeah, it's
2
like
blocks,
7.
and just
Yeah,
didn't
it's like
shoot too
4
well.
steals or something. Like this guy's always everywhere, man. If
Yeah.
I'm like, I'll say the same thing that I said last time on the pod, man. Like, if we don't have this guy, like this offense is gonna crater. Like it is really premeditated on having him.
Yeah, yeah. On my end, I've been shitting on Pascal. Everyone's been shitting on Pascal.
Yes, yes.
I even put on I figured out how to put a poll on Twitter. I'm like, should we
Okay.
should we trade Pascal Siakam? Yes, no, and then I put in caps. Do it now. And surprisingly, quite a bit of votes, and mostly were for yes. But anyways, that was a vintage performance. I remember saying
Yes.
before that it's the same shit with him. Spin move, boom, boom, spin move, but it was slower. But his speed seemed to be, because that's what elevated him above others previously was his speed. He outran people. He exhausted you. He was always constantly ahead of you with his hand up looking for that outlet. And last night he had that speed back. He had that sprite, that he just had that thing in him. It was pure vintage performance.
He was very deliberate. When he got the ball, you can tell
word, yeah.
he knew what he was going to do. He wasn't just sort of floating around, just sort of, like Cheech and Chong, just sort of on a cloud. He was very, very like, okay, I'm here to work.
Yeah,
Absolutely. And OG he just manned up last night. He was huge.
There you go.
He
OG's
was
the guy,
huge.
man.
Yeah, OG was the guy. If you had to give every game that they win, if you had to give the we'll call it not the game ball, we'll give the grind ball. So we know who the best player was, but the guy in the trenches, the guy who fought, the guy who just showed a lot of heart. Who do you give the grind ball to at the end of this win, Max?
You know what? I'm gonna give it to your guy Malachi Flynn.
Hey,
I like saying Malachi.
me too. I feel like I'm in church.
Yeah, but Malachi, like when you pointed him out last episode, and I was like, we need better guard play, and our guards play hard, and I feel like maybe Schroeder should be our backup point guard, but Matt Flynn showed me something that game. He played really well. I like what Matt Flynn did.
Yeah, he's playing like I said before. He's playing like a legitimate backup now. Before, when he came on the floor, you were like, "Oh, well, we're gonna lose about 10 points here," And now he's out there. He's definitely playing with a lot of heart. What about you, A.Rod?
I'll
Who's
go
the grind
Gary
ball?
Trent.
Hey,
Okay,
His shooting is a lot better. Well, I mean, it was a lot better in that game, so I got to give it up to him. He had a good game. He's been struggling to start the year, but it was nice to see him get on track.
yeah,
Hit a few threes.
yeah.
Did pretty well. It always seems to play a little bit better defense, but for a guy that we have such high hopes on because he was younger and he was on a cheaper contract than Norman back in the day, so I feel like at least that was nice to see a little bit of improvement.
Yeah. See, it's 16 points, 2 rebounds, 1
Maybe
assist. and a steal.
this is a start of something good for him.
I hope so.
Yeah, it looks like even Montreal guy. Boo.
Oh no! Nope. My grind ball is going to Chris Boucher.
Okay.
Yes. That's what you were about to say?
Yes.
Okay. So I am not a Chris Boucher fan, never have been. I was kind of on Nick Nurse's side with this one. Like no, Chris, like who do you think you are? Like he's out here playing with his attitude. Like, anyways, last night he came in, they brought up a good point. He didn't even play the game before.
No,
San
sir.
Antonio, he didn't get a minute. So he could have sat there and could have slouched and could have just been a bitch. But he came in and he went off. He was jumping. He went for this one rebound I saw on the replay. He just said, you know what? If I fall and break my leg, I don't care. I am going for it tonight. And whatever Coach Darko said to him before that game, or if anything was even said before the game, he went nuts. And so I appreciate that.
I can guarantee you, Darko cussed those guys out something crazy because they played very different, especially Pascal. Pascal got a serious cussing, like showing the tape, like no way to escape it. Like that kind of cussing out.
Yeah, you want a super max, and you're gonna play like a bitch.
Yeah, like you can tell, man. So hopefully, like that lasts. Hopefully, it's
Cadillac,
not just
or
stuff.
Pascal has the same moveset as Cadillac from Man One. He's just slimmer, man. That's all it is, man. Not Cadillac, Escalade.
But I forgot about Escalade.
Yep. He probably learned how to play ball watching and one.
Yeah, you're right. Probably one VHS tape made it over
Man,
there.
you
Yes,
remember
yes.
those VHS
Yeah,
tapes?
man.
Oh, man.
Of course. What was his name? Hot Sauce. Hot Sauce was
Ooh, hot
crazy.
sauce.
When he put it in his shirt.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Man.
Remember,
There's a
everybody
good.
went to the court trying to do that.
Everybody did. There was a good documentary on N1.
Yes.
It was really untold, I think. Anyways, so what we always do is let's do the other side. Let's do the other side, the Bloods and the Crips. So let's go on the other side to Dallas. I'll start this off. I looked at Dallas. They came in. They were 6-1. Raps were, what was it, 2-3? Am I right? 2-3. And I believe that 6-1 record is fugazi.
Yeah, I was shocked that they were 6-1.
I think it's pure fugazi. And you know who they remind me of? That record and that team, that the makeup and the way they play. They remind me of that guy who's always chasing fashion trends, but the landlord's always calling.
Oh,
You know what I'm saying? Like,
It's going check to check, baby.
yeah. You look real sharp, but you're broke. And the thing is I just didn't see that 6-1. Now I do appreciate that they have absolute superstars on their team, but if it's beneath that, I just don't I don't see this continuing. I think it's fool's gold. What do you guys think?
I would agree with you. I think I didn't like the trade they initially did when they got Kyrie. I didn't like giving up Finney-Smith.
You mentioned that last
Yeah,
time.
I really didn't like that. I just didn't think that it boded well for the makeup of their team, because you have guys that generally want to play offense but don't want to do the grimy work and play defense, and he was one of those guys.
Yeah.
Just a gamer. But now that they got Grant Williams, I think it'll take a little bit of time to gel, because he's also really good. Like, he's being drilled in defense, and he was an excellent offensive player in college as well too, right?
Great pickup.
So it's going to be a little bit of a process for these guys, but it'll be interesting to see where they go from here and what kind of pieces they add, or maybe lineups they roll out with, right? Because Dwight Powell was not cutting it, so you're really banking on Derek Lively becoming somebody.
When has Dwight Powell cut it? You know what I mean?
I guess, has he ever cut it? I don't know.
Yeah.
Forever backup.
Forever backup. Yeah. And,
like, he's one of those guys that it's interesting, because you think that he has all the tools and the athleticism, right? But he doesn't necessarily produce any sort of stats or any plays that really make you go, wow, he saved the game. Like, he's never really developed his shooting. He's not really a great rim runner either. Like, he rim runs a little bit occasionally, but I think his points come off of better passes from Luka. It's not necessarily him getting in a good position. It's more like Luka actually just dissecting a defense and giving them the ball where, like, you can't mess this up. It's so easy.
I feel like he's a guy I wouldn't get along with, too.
He just feels like
I don't know what it is.
He just feels like a byway version of Amari Stoudemire.
Byway. A Byway reference.
You remember Byway when your mom would buy you something from Byway in the bag, the brown, it would just say, and you hid that bag. She'd give you the bag to bring to school, and you're like, no, I'm not bringing that. I'm not bringing that bag to school, Mom. No, I'm not. You already put me in Franklin pumps. Like, how am I supposed to? Anyways, yeah. What would you think of Dallas, Max?
Yeah, I remember when Luka was, like, I think it was his rookie year, and Chris Broussard said, I want to see in the future if he can work with another star, because I think that's what's going to hold him back. And here we are years later. I think that's true. I think Luka is a great player.
Yeah.
And when it's him running the whole show, it's amazing, but obviously they can only get so far. Michael Jordan tried that. You can't do it like by yourself. You can't just be the one guy with a bunch of role players. It just doesn't work, Yeah. And so you have to be able to, as a star, you have to be able to work with another star.
Yeah.
And I've yet to see Luka even show any signs of that. He's amazing when it's a one-man show. But you can't win a championship like that.
You know what's crazy is that I didn't even notice, but he had 31, 7, and 8, and 4 steals. Like that, yeah, he's so crazy.
He's amazing.
But
Michael
that's a
Jordan
good-
was
that's a
doing
good point.
63 game and all that kind of stuff, not winning.
Yeah.
You know what's hard though about Dallas's team? It's just another point with Luka. Like I think he's a winner and he's a generational player, right? I don't think it's a stretch for most people to say that. But if you look at like when he won, especially when you go back to like his Euro basket days, right, at Real Madrid, he was surrounded by good basketball players and vets. I don't feel like he has that kind of makeup on Dallas.
That OG is on his team, yeah.
Like he doesn't really have any veteran leadership. Like Kyrie has never been a winner when he's by himself.
No.
He only won because he was with Braun. You know, like if we're being completely honest, right? Every other team he's gone to, they have
Kyrie
never
don't
been
fit.
good.
Kyrie doesn't fit.
He's a great player. Fantastic to watch. I'd want to watch him all the time in an all-star game or like some sort of special game. Would I want him on my team? I'm not necessarily sure. Like I think he's a good player, but I don't think he's a winner. Like it's a weird kind of dynamic, man. So like if you look at Dallas, like who else do they have, right? They got young guy Lively. They got Grant Williams, like who's good, but he's not a like
Derek Jones,
knock you out of the park player. Derek Jones, like great rotational piece.
Yeah.
Nothing else. Tim Hardaway Jr. Like everybody loves his dad, but who is he really? Like, you know, like there's nobody on there where you're like, oh, this guy's gonna be able to like settle these guys down when Luka's off the floor. Because when Luka's off the floor, like, what's their offense like?
Yeah, like Mark Cuban's not really the guy to load the team up. He didn't do it with Dirk, you know.
No.
Like it seems like okay, here's Kyrie. That's all I'm gonna do. You know.
That's all I can afford. That's all I can afford.
You remember when Dallas did win, though, right? They had really good players on that roster, man.
They did. Jason Terry.
Yeah.
Jason. Yeah.
That guy's willing to actually, sacrifice for the team, right? A lot of good leadership on that team.
I heard Jason Terry.
It was a special group, you know.
Yeah, it was a special group. I can't remember the story where I was going to bring up the fact that Jason Terry. I just heard Jason Terry for like months on end just kept partying, and he was just basically after they won the championship, and he basically just wore like a house coat everywhere he went. And he'd show up to players' houses going, "Let's go." But anyways, I think the one thing too out of that Dallas game is I think Luka's rocking a stash that's got to go. He's got to go. He looks like one of those creep. Yeah, he's used this before. He used this reference again. He looks like a creepy youth group leader with that mustache. Like, hey, come down to my basement, learn some basketball. I'll read you a story. Anyways, let's switch up. Let's get off that game. That was a big game, and we all feel good. We all feel good about that. Coming out of Texas and taking both is huge, and they can take that confidence into their next game, which is, I believe, in 2 days. And this is a big one, boys. This is a huge test. They're going into Boston to meet the Celtics. Pardon me.
Dun, dun.
And, so this is a big one. What are you seeing? And I want to hear your prediction as well. So we'll start. Whoever wants to start. What do you want to see the Raptors do? And what are you excited to see in the game, Celtics wise and Raptors wise? And a prediction. Go ahead. Somebody jump in.
I want to see how they rebound first of all, because Boston has a lot of bigger, guard-like players that can crash the glass and rebound very well. In Tatum, Brown, you still got Drew Holiday as well too. Derek White, super underrated.
Man, love Derek White.
Speaking of Derek White, sorry, just to go off topic a little bit. Did you see that D'Angelo Russell clip where he was like, "I just want to be as good as Derek White"?
Yeah, I saw that.
Like,
well, you never will.
Players around the league must respect this guy a whole lot if you're going to make that kind of comment, right?
Derek White is your favorite basketball player's favorite basketball player.
Yeah. So I do want to see, like, can they actually box out, play fundamental defense? Can they rebound well? Can they stop Porzingis from stretching the floor? That'll be interesting to see too, right? The other thing is, can they actually take advantage of Jaylen Brown's non-left hand? So, I mean, we all see that.
I mean, that dude has no handles.
He's got no handles, man.
No.
I mean,
he's got more bigger handles than actual handles.
I mean, he looks at the ball when he dribbles more than LeBron, and I thought nobody did that. You know,
I've never been high on Jaylen Brown. Everybody that jumped on the Jaylen Brown, I've never been high on Jaylen Brown.
I think he's a good player. He just can't dribble.
He's nice, but not that nice. What are you looking forward to see, Max?
I know Boston is going to treat this like a in-season playoff game. Boston likes to show up big against their Eastern Conference rivals. Philadelphia is the same way. Yeah. And so I'm looking to see if the Raptors are going to step up to that. Are they going to bring that same energy? Because I know Boston is going to bring that energy. Like, the Raptors, you guys think you're nice? Oh, you think you're nice? We're going to show you you're not. Mm-hmm. So are the Raptors going to be able to step up and to that challenge? That's what I want to see,
Yeah, I'm looking forward to on my end. I want to see the dynamic of. I want to see Derek White for one thing. I'm a big Derek White guy, and we brought it up before, but I think we should bring it up again. That Derek White gets a lot of respect outside of the basketball court as well for shaving his head after he got embarrassed on national television for that hairline that was back here. And he said, you know what, fuck all you, and shaved it off. And this guy is just out here just. His numbers are huge already. So, bald-headed Derek White, much respect to you. Coming from a guy whose hairline is in the same boat as you, Mr. Derek White, I respect your moves right there.
Deficiencies. I noticed Jeremy Sohan's teeth the other night. I was like, damn, this guy's got fucked up teeth like me.
Yeah. He looks like a 7-year-old who's been eating too much candy.
Yeah. And I was like, baby teeth. I'm getting this guy's jersey. I could pass this in, man. Like 6 inches, in height.
No, man. No. I'm kind of high on Sohan, actually. I like that experiment that's going on with him at point guard. But basically, I also want to see the Drew Holiday experience as well as how Porzingis is doing. I just want to see Porzingis stay healthy, because the scary thing is it hurts me to say this because I just cannot stand the Celtics, but I do see the Celtics, if they stay healthy, coming out of the East. They'll make a little move at the trade deadline just to shore up the bench, and I can't see them being stopped, and I don't see Milwaukee getting it together in time to crush Tatum and his boys. But I don't know.
I see Milwaukee getting nice at the end of the season. After they're going to have a rough season. The season will be hella rough. But I think when they get to the playoffs, you're not going to want to see them. Boston is my preseason pick, though. Boston's my preseason pick. That was before the Dame Lillard trade. I'm going to stick with Boston, But I think Milwaukee is going to figure it out after this 82 season. Like right at the last third of the season, they're going to be a problem. That's my prediction.
They have to. It's too much money.
Hey, who did you have preseason pick? I don't think we ever talked about that.
About what?
Preseason pick. Who you have?
Yeah, no. Oh, to take the East and take the West and take it all? Yeah. Oh, I have Celtics to take the East, and that hurts. It really hurts for me to say that, but I do see Celtics coming out of the East. And in the West, I kind of see Denver doing it again. So I think it's going to be a Denver-Celtics final, and I see Denver going back-to-back. If Jamal can stay healthy, he just hurt his hamstring, I think it was yesterday or the day before, which is so unfortunate because he just got back. He's nice and healthy, doing Kitchener proud, and he hurts his hamstring. And hamstrings, as we all know, is not a great injury for anyone. So, yeah, Denver, Boston, Denver taking it.
Shout out Dylan Brooks. Big win for Dylan Brooks the other night. Hey, go Canada.
Go Saga. Go Saga. We didn't do the predictions for this game. So what do you got for a score? Who do you got? Celtics, Raptors, Max, and your score. Let's get that done quick, bang, bang.
Let's go. I'll go 115 Raptors, 113 Boston.
And
it's going to come down to some crazy putback at the end.
Chris Boucher.
No, I think OG or Maddie.
Maddie?
I mean, Scotty.
Oh, Scotty. Oh, but pause. Speaking of Maddie, did you see who was on the TSN panel yesterday for the game? Matt Bonner.
Oh, Lord.
They brought back Matt Bonner. He looked like he just got back. The redhead.
Okay. Yeah, the Red Rocky.
Like this guy looks like he should be doing a curling match or a hockey game. And he's sitting there between Leo and whoever. Anyways, who do you got? What do you got for a score, A.Rod?
I'm gonna go Raps 102, Boston 99.
Ooh, you got a grinder.
And I'm gonna go. The game is decided. This is gonna be so funny. I'm gonna go. The game is decided on an away from the play foul. While it's tied, Raps go up 1, and then Boston has to foul them again. And
Okay.
free throws. So
That feels like a Raptors kind of East Coast kind of game, yes?
Because we were just talking about the refs, everything. So now it's time for them to be on our side. Give us a little something.
Yep.
That's a good
very
point.
good point. Very good point,
very
sir.
good point. I like that. See, you hear that, all you fan duelers out there, right there. Take that.
Take heed.
I got so what I'm gonna say. Unfortunately, I'm gonna have to go against both of you, and I think Celtics are gonna take this one. I think they're gonna break the Raptors' hearts. I do agree
Look at
with
you being all rational.
Yeah, I know. What? I gotta play devil's advocate here, but I do think Raptors are going to be leading going into the fourth, and I think what's going to happen is that pedigree, that championship pedigree that they're trying to build in Boston is what eventually is going to take the game, and I think it's going to be just simply one of those 8-9 point wins, and Tatum's just going to put them away. I think it's going to be just like one of those regular ass, we're just better than you
Marcus Smart being gone. Marcus Smart
That's
being
huge.
gone. Are they ready to step up? Are they going to be like Flint and Duke from G.I. Joe? Like, who's going to be the guy?
Marcus Smart was such a huge culture piece to what they had going on.
Yeah.
I think it was silly that they got rid of him. I really
You know what?
do.
I think it was the right time. I think they needed him up until like a point where, okay, Tatum, like, are you ever going to step up? Do we have to, like, you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
now you force him. You force him. You kicked him off the boat. He's got to swim. He's got to be the guy.
I think it's Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry, I think it's a perfect fit though. If he went anywhere, to go to Memphis. I think Memphis was the perfect team. I do. It just seems that it fits.
Be interesting to see how Memphis does when Ja gets back, because they
gotta do something.
Struggled, man, quite a bit.
They're relying on Biyombo right now.
Yeah.
They fell off, man.
But I don't think it's a Ja Morant issue, because even when he was out last year and the year before, missing games, they were still winning. A reasonable clip. I think it's a combination of them missing Dylan Brooks,
which is crazy.
It's crazy.
See, that's a situation where they got rid of him too early. I feel like Boston was the right time, but Memphis too early.
I'm still not a Dylan Brooks fan, but I'm just saying for that team specifically.
No, me neither.
I think that you know what, he fit generally a little bit well, and then also having a backup point guard that was very compatible in Tyus Jones, that really sucked losing him.
Dylan Brooks.
Dylan
Brooks is the type of dude that would play tetherball with a crippled kid and hit the ball so it hits the guy in the face and then he'd laugh.
Yes, Dylan Brooks is like, he's a Saga guy, but really he's Scotian. Really, like.
Is he Scotian? Well, is he really?
That's his background.
No disrespect.
But Scotians are like our Irish. You know what I'm saying? They're gonna get carried out the bar, drunk, passed out, a couple of fights. That's what they do. And here he is nuts. In the NBA. The girls are loose as hell.
Yeah, let's stop there. It's true. We love you, Scotia. We love you. Let's quit it there. I want to give, before I forget, we're going to do one quick story that you brought on about what happened in Atlanta with DeJounte Murray. Hold on, but I want to give a shout out because we just said Scotia and around Canada. Hold on. We're going to talk about it right here. But we have some listeners, and we want to give a big shout out to up there in Yellowknife.
Hey,
I don't know who you are, but we're getting these stats back, and we're getting major hits up in Yellowknife. So whoever you are, whoever's listening right now from you, we want to give you a big shout out, big Raptor fans up there, and this is a big salute from Hoopo, A.Rod, and Max P.
Big salute.
Absolutely.
Appreciate you guys.
Appreciate it.
Tell us, A.Rod, what happened in Atlanta? We got about 1 minute.
Well, I went on the old Twitter today, on the old internet. Booted up the Twitter. Saw Atlanta put out a video that said, "Come see Hawks only fans," and they had the Atlanta Hawk mascot doing some suggestive posing and suggestive stroking
in bed
with even a booties on. So
So DeJounte goes and replies,
Yeah, and he's like, hell no, man.
get this shit off of here.
Yeah, you need to get this off of Twitter.
In capitals, get this shit off of here.
Off here.
Right to the Atlanta Hawks. The Atlanta Hawks posted that.
Yeah.
Wow.
That's crazy. Like, I was thinking, what is going on? Is this like a Hawks in Brazil account? Because, those NBA Brazil accounts been going wild lately, right? But
man.
Yeah, man. Yeah,
They hire a separate group of people to do their online stuff, and sometimes they get control of the mascot and everything. But if you don't really like what do they call that stuff before you hire somebody?
Vet.
Yeah, you gotta vet and screen these people before you just say, "Hey, take over our stuff." You know what I mean?
It's also a different world we're in right now, so it's zip. We're gonna quit that. All right, boys. Celtics game's coming up. We're going to meet up again. Hopefully, I was wrong and you boys were right. And Raptors sneak out a real close win. And we can celebrate together once again. So, Raptors, we salute you. That was a big Texas road trip. I hope you hear us. We're very happy that you came out with the 2 dubs. And we will see you next time, folks. I'm El Hoopo. This is A.Rod and Max P.
Knife.
Peace.
Yes, peace. Yellow knife. This has been another Sports Ethos presentation of the Toronto Raptors podcast. I'm El Hoopo, that was A.Rod, and that was Max P. If you want to put a voice to the face or a face to the voice, please go to our YouTube page at El Hoopo, and you can watch every episode on video. And please hit subscribe wherever you listen to these podcasts. I'm out, and so are you. All right.